when I post to social media, I'll trigger shit. Like I'll have engagement posts that I do, like just meant to like trigger a conversation, and it's geared towards negative. I try and be a little more positive in the caption. Like when I say you're only slow because your marketing sucks, not because of summer, like that's obviously a negative statement, but I'm trying to get a positive result from it. And people honestly really blame the fact that it's summertime why they're slow, or they blame the economy, or they blame inflation. That's not the cause. You're slow because you're either not good at doing hair, you're not good at marketing. There's another reason why. Because now let's think about mindset here, a growth mindset, because somebody in your town or the next town over isn't slow. So what's the difference between you and them? It's the fact that they're willing to keep trying things in order to see what works. So that's their pathway to getting busy. They keep trying Avenue A. That doesn't work. They try Avenue B. That doesn't work. Try Avenue C. That doesn't work. Try Avenue D. It's the fact that they're not going to give up and they're going to keep on going. So many people try one thing and then they stop because they say, oh, Instagram doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. Yes, it does. It works for everybody. TikTok will work for you. YouTube will work for you. Having a growth mindset and a positive mindset will work for you. And so many people don't know how to wrap their head around having positive self-talk. Start with gratitude. There has to be something you're grateful for. Even the fact that you have the ability to cut hair and have a career, the fact that you have electricity, the fact that you have a salon you're working at. And if you're not grateful for it, you're not going to get more of it in your life. Fixing your mindset around the situation and really trying to look for the best out of that situation will result in something positive. I promise you. If you go into every situation like it's not going to work out for you, guess what? It's not going to work out for you. If you go into every situation like it is going to work out for you, it's going to work out for you. And in my life, I've been up and down. I've had moments where I was victorious, moments where I was failing. And now, as I've been through enough of the failures in my life, I know that they're not permanent, they're only temporary, and I know the wins are only temporary too. They're not permanent. So I enjoy the moments from when I'm in them, and I try and make sure that my times of failure are shrunken down to nothing because I know they're learning opportunities, and if I use them as learning opportunities, then I'm going to be able to grow even higher. So when I fall, I don't fall as low. So that's the important mindset to have around failure or when things aren't going your way. What's it trying to teach you? Like, what is this event, this outcome that didn't go my way trying to teach me, and then learn from it? But sometimes the lesson that you're meant to learn from the outcome isn't really the one you thought you were going to learn. It's something completely different that's going to pay you dividends 2 years down the road. So even though you're like, fuck, what did I learn from this? There may come a time that you're like, holy shit, that's why I had to learn that lesson. It's impacted my life now. So your mindset and dealing with any situation is so important. James, we're going to jump into some Q&A today because I want to see where people's mindsets are around. Like, who has a hard time, if you're watching live right now, like wrapping your head around you making $1 million a year? Does everyone believe they can make $1 million a year if you're living here in the States? I mean, if you're living somewhere in some weird country, it's going to be a little more difficult, but still, you can still do it, honestly. That right there, that's a negative mindset. The fact that I wanted to project what country you're living in to matter, it doesn't matter. Like, there's people all over the world that make money. I just know how to do it here in America. So guys, if you guys have no questions, right, for the Q&A about mindset, you guys should have everything you want. Because if you knew everything you needed to know, you would have everything you wanted to have. And so one of the things that I like to do is I become a student of everything. I ask questions about everything. I have childlike curiosity. So it doesn't matter what situation it is, what I'm trying to learn. I relate that into some area of my life, in business, in my relationship with my wife, in my relationship with my team, in my relationship with myself. That's the most important relationship. Do you love yourself? What's your mindset around what do you think about yourself? Do you think you're capable of everything? Like, do you think you can achieve great things? Because if you don't, that's the first hurdle you have to get over. You are here to do great things, and you have to truly believe that. It's all in your mindset. Like, if you go into a situation thinking you're going to fail, probably going to fail. If you go into a situation knowing that no matter what happens, you got this, then you'll succeed. So, James, anything on there before I break down the difference between a growth and a fixed mindset?
Farrah Bud said, I can stop my momentum. Perhaps I don't feel worthy.
Ooh. All right. So Jamie Lynn Kern, if I didn't mess her last name up, wrote a book called Worthy. And a lot of times you don't feel like, that's where imposter syndrome comes from. You don't feel worthy. You don't feel like you deserve it. And how many people on the planet right now deserve to have their success? Like, you ever look at people and they got lucky? Like, are they worthy of it? Like, did someone just get lucky? No, it's about your belief. Like, why do you feel like you're not worthy of it? What's it trying to tell you? Like, what is it trying to say to you? Like, what is missing from your life? Sometimes it's a conversation to have with yourself. It's a limited belief that maybe happened when you were a child, or a negative belief around a situation. So a lot of owners deal with this. All right, so owners, if you feel like you're not worthy to take time off to lead the team. If you feel like you're not worthy, you didn't put the time in it as an owner, you can't direct your team a certain way, or how are they going to respond when you make a change? That all comes back to you as an owner, like your belief structure and your system on how you feel about yourself. You have to get over that fact of you didn't deserve it yet, because you deserve it because you're the owner now. As long as you follow through on your word with yourself and you follow through on your word with other people, you're always worthy of the outcome. And I'm going to ask you, if you feel like you're not worthy, what are the agreements you're making with yourself that you're not following through on? So many people don't feel worthy because you know your internal dialogue and you know the commitments and the promises you made to yourself that if you're not following through on, that's going to make you feel a little empty inside. It's going to make you feel like a fraud. So to me, when I make my promises to myself, if I don't follow through with them, that's where I get that mindset or that feeling of lack, or I'm not worthy, or I don't deserve it. But when you're following through day in and day out, always doing your best, you're going to start feeling like you're worthy. And that just comes from your positive self-talk. Like every day, take a look at what you wanted to achieve for that day. And did you do your best? What did you miss? Where can you do better tomorrow? And then take action on tomorrow. And if every day you do 1% better than you did the day before, that feeling of being worthy, you're going to start feeling like, wow, I deserve this. And if you don't really feel like you deserve it, give something away to somebody else. Like whether you're not feeling deserving of money, you're not feeling deserving of whatever the situation is, try and help somebody else out. Try and make somebody else feel worthy. And that always comes back to help you out. Like if I feel like I'm in a space in my life where I'm lacking money, I go give money away. If I feel like I'm in a space where I'm lacking, let's say leadership, I'll try and help somebody become a better leader. And just by me doing that, I learned something to help me become a better leader in my own situation and realize, wow, I'm really good at this.